Hey friends, welcome back to another weekly energy video. Oh my god, it's almost the end of the year. Yeah, we're covering December, what is it, 19th through the 25th. Man, Christmas is happening like in a week. Astrologically speaking, we have some significant events. The new moon in Capricorn, the final lunation of the year, because the next full moon will be on the other side of the new year, January, I believe. New moon in Capricorn is, by definition, New Year's resolution energy. It's all about planning. It's about creating rituals. It is about expressing kindness, like being kind to one another. This is the time for merrymaking and I think also of reconciliation. I think is a very important energy that this season brings. Another big transit is Jupiter's moving into Aries. Like, planet is ingressing into Aries. Jupiter is luck, karma, growth, stuff like that. Well, not karma, sorry. It's luck, it's growth, it's abundance, and the sign that it's in basically tells us how we get those things. Aries wants us to be self-sufficient. It wants us to take risks and to be bold. So, Capricorn's pretty ambitious too. So those two things, Aries and Capricorn, might have something at the moon and Jupiter, Aries and Capricorn have something going on this week, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so it's good to be optimistic as you reach for the things that you want, as you decide the things that you want to be ambitious toward, right, in the new year. Your resolutions, if you will, or like deciding finally that something's important for you and you're gonna go for it. Bringing in a little bit of that Earth Capricorn, saying make sure you lay the groundwork and do the planning and then do the work. Yeah. All right. One more. It's this one. We have message in a bottle, exchanging gifts, and observer. 15, 27, and 49. 6, 9, 4. In numerology, 6, 9, 4. I'm using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. I haven't used it in quite a bit, in a while, so I'm just going to try to read these cards intuitively, but I might read from the book. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Card, Page of Pentacles, came out, which is like this, to me, he's like the student who wants to understand how things work, and I was just, it's just cards being funny, telling me you should learn your tools. Yeah, I do. I learn as I go. Okay. Page of Cups in reverse. Irrational, angry. Someone, let's take it as an overall. Are you or somebody being irrational or angry? Immature is somebody that somebody being immature. So somebody needs to apologize. If we're talking about emotions here, observing our emotions. Message in a bottle. It's like, yeah, this could be something about like the subconscious emotion, emotions, thoughts, feelings that emerge from the subconscious, right? And then if we don't, what do they say? If you're not aware of your blind spots, then we act them out. So if we're acting out, it means something of our shadow self, something of our unconscious, I'll say, not subconscious, unconscious is revealing itself to you. And I think the goal here is to observe it, and that is the gift, exchanging gifts. Yeah, the emergence of something and being able to see it. Okay. I wonder what it is. Let's see what we got. That feels good. Three of Swords, Knight of Wands, Queen of Swords, King of Cups, the Empress, King of Wands, Six of Cups, Five of Cups, the Hermit. Yeah, if you or somebody, if you're having like a flare up of some anger or something, or someone you know, or basically whatever emotions are tied to this, there is some emotions tied up in this, and it's causing for there to become some sort of disconnect. I'm getting that there's like people involved. There's a lot of, there might be multiple people involved. There might be some conflict around. Yeah. So it's almost like as if there was movement taken passionately towards some end, and then I see it being like cut off, and then something of a disappointment. Something, it's like whatever action was taken was to find something, and then that was not there. It was not found there, or something else was there, or somebody else was there. Interesting. So I do see that there's, you know, in the past, somebody is using like past, how to say, like somebody has learned from the past emotionally. Somebody has like grown and developed and healed some things, or is healing things from the past, and approaching the situation, whether it's you or another person, from this like new perspective, or from like having this knowledge of the past, we move into the future sort of thing. That's under this like message in a bottle. I wonder what that is. I think I will read the Wisdom of the Oracle cards for you guys and for myself. Exchanging gifts, then, this is where I feel like this, in this present moment, this action is coming in. It's adventurous. Yeah, there's something about going on an adventure, and then, you know, this Knight of Wands is passionate energy moving forward. It's action being taken moving forward. This could be this Aries, maybe Jupiter and Aries sort of energy. But then the Empress in the middle is actually showing up in the reverse. So something, you know, maybe this is somebody cutting themselves short, is what I'm getting. Preventing growth from happening, because we're actually still, part of us is still in the past. Emotionally, on the surface, we show ourselves as somebody who is aware of their emotions, aware of their internal world. Kings, they don't need any validation, and the Cups is the emotions, the emotional world, the inner world. So like, we're maybe behaving and taking action in life, appearing as though we've got it all together, like we're weathering the storm. I think it's incredibly positive, or it's just saying that you have weathered the storm despite these challenging things happening, and it's showing that even though you want to go after things in your life and be this ambitious Knight of Wands, this still stops you from time to time from moving forward. Whatever this Five of Cups energy is, yeah. Interesting. I mean, there might be somebody coming. I feel like there's like multiple energies in this, so there might be somebody coming to help you. There's like this exchanging gifts. There's also this observer energy. Somebody maybe just watching, or is this you watching your... Somebody's watching somebody's watching you go through this, but isn't like doing anything. This is confusing now. Yeah, somebody is watching and like deliberately not taking any action, or is holding back somehow as well. Interesting. Show me the King of Wands. So it came out as 10 of Cups over the King of Wands. I feel like this is, and then by the way, we end on the Hermit energy. So what I'm getting here is that in some, it kind of like contradicts Jupiter and Aries energy, is at least what I've like told you guys so far about it. This is separate from that, obviously, is what I'm getting. So, because obviously messages don't have to be connected all the time. This is just, what I'm getting is you or somebody is observing a situation that feels, has a lot of passion or emotion tied up in it. And it's like somebody's just watching and not taking action deliberately in order for things to sort of occur naturally, or someone is taking just like a timeout from like a heated something. Somebody's really reflecting, but the thing is, they're not taking, I feel like they're taking a timeout, or you're taking a timeout because you or they believe it will lead to the happy outcome, not because it's like, somebody walking away. I think somebody is like the Hermit going on this inner journey. It's funny that it's under the Observer card, because the Hermit can't see shit. The Hermit can only see what's like directly in front of them. And maybe that's how you or a person you're dealing with is feeling, is like there's nothing else that exists besides the thing that's directly in front of them. And it could be something that is incredibly frustrating, or something that is making them maybe like feel that they need to spend all their energy instead of taking action to like regulate their emotions, because it feels sort of like wavy. You feel me? Okay. Let's read from the book. Number 15. Message in a bottle. Communication. A spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might just say the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. My throat is getting dry. Is that a sign? 27. 27. I will say also, you know, all these came out in reverse. I'm going to read the protection message just in case this resonates. I'm feeling called to do that. Are you refusing to acknowledge the signs because you want things as you want them? Red flags are not pretty decorations for you to admire. They're warning you for a reason. I feel like that's a meme, the red flag thing. If something doesn't sit right with you, trouble could be hiding in the bushes. Don't ignore the signs. Spirit always has your best interests at heart and will draw your attention to what you are overlooking. Sounds good. Next one, 27, exchanging gifts. The law of giving and receiving, trade-offs, weighing costs, and determining value. Yeah, someone is trying to read the signs, figuring out whether they should take action or not. Whether, although there's a lot of passion and, you know, fire is passion. There's a lot of passion and there's like this desire to move forward. It's not. So why? Why not? And this, you know, this protection message starts with like the theme of this month, as like if every month has like a little motto or something. Ever since the last full moon in Gemini, it's been this: be careful what you pray for because you just might get it. Did we talk about that? I never made a full moon Gemini video, so maybe we didn't talk about that, but I've been talking about that. Be careful what you pray for because you just might get it, and then realize you don't want to face the hefty price tag that it comes with. You may find yourself in a situation you've always desired, but know you will have to walk away from. Another message here reminds you that being only the giver and not the receiver plays out in many relationships in your life where you find yourself in victim mode in a codependent dynamic or holding on to a false sense of control. Others may push you to continue to prove yourself. The time has come to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. That's what I'm resonating with this card. Because now we got the Hermit. See, it's like someone wants to take action, but it doesn't, there's a lot of people in this, energy in this thing, but it's turning out to be quite solitary. Being aware of the need for both give and take is the first step to your true destiny. It's all good and getting better. Not only can you handle it, but you can flourish as a result. So just exchanging gifts, be aware where there is not equal exchange. Oh shit, that's what's happening here. Multiple energies. One is moving impulsively forward towards something, and another is not giving at all whatsoever. And that's why there's resentment or sadness or grief, or there's some, you know, just, it's like, oh, damn. Oh no. Okay. There's two energies here. There's like, and maybe a connection is the third that I'm picking up on, because the middle row red is like a connection energy. So if we have the two kings, right? King of Cups and the King of Wands, I feel like maybe this King of Wands is being a bit impulsive. This King of Cups is saying, no, I'm aware of my emotions, and they're the ones coming out of something incredibly painful and dealing probably with like childhood trauma or something like that. And then this, and so they're not really giving to the situation. this impulsive energy, this energy that wants to move forward at all costs and is giving energy, maybe has like said or done some things that you know, in an attempt for this connection to happen, and it hasn't happened. I mean, and there were good intentions for this with this Ten of Cups here. It's just, it just does not feel like compatible or something. So now this person is, instead of moving, what I see is like they're now observing their behavior and why it didn't work out, and realizing they're gonna they're gonna go hermit mode as well. You know, the hermit is also about being in service. So it's realizing like, okay, well, if my energy hasn't been used productively in this way, I'm now going to figure out another way to interact with this, or, you know, another way to show up, a different way to show up. And that takes inner work. So it makes sense that it's sort of like that Virgo hermit energy. By the way, the astrological signs I see here are Libra, Taurus, and Virgo. Yup. Okay. Moving on to the last card, and then we'll wrap up. I feel like this is going to have a sad song. I feel like this is a sad song. Observer, perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. Most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek, and you will indeed find. I'm going to go ahead and read the relationship message as well, since I feel like this is connecting maybe with some people here. Sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Feelings can get all jumbled up, and often you hear one thing when a person says another. It can be like an echo of an unresolved past experience dubbed over your conversation. Take time out before you react. It's likely the other person has no idea how his or her words have affected you. Take a few steps back and lend understanding to the situation. Have faith in your connection, and trust that you can come together. Take to higher ground now and cultivate curiosity about what you observe in yourself, in others, and in the landscape. You will find things much improved sooner than you know. Damn. That was fun. All right, you got your Capricorn moon weekend ahead of you. So do some vision boarding. I think I'm gonna do some collaging, some vision boarding. I'm very visual, so I'll spend it that way. But you can just journal about all the things you might want to do in the new year. Write some resolutions for yourself, and remember also that January 1st is like just one new year. There are many new years and many ways and reasons that endings and beginnings have been divvied up in certain ways, because springtime, the spring equinox, is really like, you know, Aries season is like the beginning of this year, right? This one. What am I trying to say? It's the beginning of you know what I mean. The word is escaping me. Point is, it's okay to not put pressure like all this pressure on yourself to create the change that you want to see in your life, with the expectations of like, has it arrived yet or not, or will I keep my resolutions? I feel like the pressure we put on ourselves during this time of year is kind of ridiculous. And like, we're all trying to do, is this a December problem or a January problem? And there's just like a lot of pressure. And so while I say do planning and do vision boarding, like also just take it easy, because it's winter months, and at least in the northern hemisphere, and we're supposed to be resting. We're supposed to be seeking renewal, so that when springtime does come and Jupiter inevitably moves into Taurus in March, we will be prepared. We will have done the work. We will have behaved ambitiously and independently towards our aims. I'll leave it at that. I know this is a longer video, but it is what it is. Thanks for joining me. Check out the recommended listening, especially if this vibes with you.